Very good Thursday morning to everyone out there across the Wobbles community. Hope you're all doing fantastic. Landon here in the driver's seat with you to bring you your weather and night forecast, courtesy of Ohio Valley Insurance. Not much in terms of weather, sensible weather going on out there early this morning. We're underneath crystal clear skies. You will know we got a little band here, some high-level cloud cover that's going to try to stream in our direction. It's not going to be nothing like what we've seen here over the past few days. We're going to be underneath a big ball of fire throughout today, folks, with southerly winds, taking highs well above average for this time of year. Getting a look over the sunrise. How about a beautiful view over the Sexton Bill Builder sky cam? Got a very bright star present out there in the crystal clear skies this morning. Not too much in the way of, again, those sensible weather impacts that are ongoing. All is quiet and cool out there to kick off this Thursday. Beach Street News Sky Cam showcasing similar conditions off to our north and west up in Morgantown. Not too much going on over in that direction as well. Now get a look over here, folks. The temperatures have plummeted all the way down into the lower 30s throughout the overnight. We got some readings over here, folks. The flats of Butler County is all the way down to the mid-20s, and the same can be said here on the north side of Warren County as well. Everyone else has crawled up between the low and mid-30s region-wide. Folks, these winds turning out of the south coinciding with that sunshine, we're going to be all the way up to around the 60 to 65 degree mark as we progress into this afternoon, all right? Getting a look here at the latest surface map, we have some activity that's going to be arriving here from the west with these low pressure systems, but high pressure to our south is what's going to be forcing those winds to come up out of the same direction. This is what's really going to warm us up. But folks, if you look out to the west, out over the Great Plains and right along the east side of the Rocky Mountains, that low pressure system that's starting to get going is going to be responsible for our next significant weather maker that's going to be arriving here Friday night on into the start of the weekend. Let's talk about today though, folks. As previously mentioned, it is going to be sunny and it is going to be breezy. We go and we approach mid-morning. We already got the wind fields that are increasing. By the time we get into lunchtime, folks, these southwest winds will be gusting at times between 15 to 30 miles an hour. Got a tightening pressure gradient here throughout this morning. And then you'll see here, folks, as we get into this evening, that activity should subside to an extent. We're still going to have some winds out there, but it's not going to be nearly as strong as what we're going to see throughout the daylight hours of today. Now let's jump over here and talk about it, folks. Here's the area of high pressure bringing the winds in out of the south and west. This is going to drop kick itself off of the east coast, and that's going to open up the door for this low pressure system to develop. Here we are progressing into our Friday, on into Friday night, and here we have our low pressure system that is deepening. This thing is going to eject quickly off to the north and east throughout our Saturday, and that's going to be bringing an associated cold front through here in the same time frame. So here we are looking at lunchtime on Saturday. This is how the surface map is going to appear, all right? That cold front is going to blast through here, and it is going to get much colder Saturday night and especially on into our Sunday. Northwest flow regime will be enhancing cold air advection, and those northwest winds will really take your breath away at times. Let's just say that. So we're going to be above average in the temperature department today, tomorrow, as well as Saturday before the cold front gets through here. But as the cold front blasts through, folks, Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening, we can have some strong storms that's going to come along with this. You'll be taking note as we work into the evening hours. We have a secondary low that develops here in the south, dragging up another slug of deep moisture. But right now, folks, it looks like strong winds on the cusp of 30 to 40 miles an hour, widespread moderate to heavy rainfall, maybe an instance or two of hail coming along with that as well. But it looks like the highest severe parameters is going to remain south of the region, folks, all right? Now, I know we received some messages ourselves with some scary graphics that's been sent our way. The shock jocks of weather social medias out there posting big severe weather events and big snowstorms, neither of which I have any real confidence of coming to fruition. It's just simply not there with what I'm interpreting regarding the latest guidance and forecast. So we progress on into our Saturday evening. And then we get into our Sunday, folks, and as I previously mentioned, it looks like that the moisture is going to get shut off very quickly, but look at this trough just digging down. You can see the blue dashed isobars. This is going to filter in those northwest winds, and it is going to bring a drastic change for us as we finish out the weekend and progress into the early days of next week. So let's jump into it, folks. We're 3 days away. The 3-day outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Similar thoughts as myself. Keeps the severe threat mitigated well to our south and west. That's where the high severe parameters are going to be. We are lacking instability and enough moisture to get up in here for us to see that significant threat. So hopefully that remains the case. Obviously, we'll be watching this as it evolves to see if this could get expanded or any hints of the differentiating position of that low pressure system that's going to dictate what we're going to be dealing with. The latest analog guidance, folks, as you recall, we've been looking at this throughout the week. It continues to pull the high severe threat further and further to our south and west, okay? So here we are progressing into Saturday evening whenever the highest severe threat is supposed to be here. And we have the contours located well to our south and west, and you can see where the Storm Prediction Center had that outline from southwest Tennessee all the way through west Mississippi in the Arklatex region. That is where our analog guidance is pointing to as well. Now we can take some of this, folks. QPF has been upped here with the latest rainfall forecast. Still going to take this with a grain of salt, folks. We're going to call anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of total rainfall, and this is going to be valid for Friday evening, lasting all the way through the end of the weekend, all right? So we've been talking about this a lot, folks. We'll take all this that we can get as Kentucky remains lodged, or a good chunk of it at least, in some sort of drought conditions. We continue to see the brown colorations take over more wobbles. That indicates a moderate drought condition. So hopefully we can get some rainfall in here to help mitigate and put a dent in the that little situation there. Your next 5-day weather forecast: loads of sunshine today, strong southerly winds taking highs up between the low and mid 60s. Friday will be very similar, folks, just an uptick in cloud cover during the afternoon and on into the evening hours. This will be followed by widespread showers taking over Friday night and then really picking up in intensity throughout our Saturday afternoon and into our Saturday night whenever the cold front and that secondary low passes through here. Take a look at the differentiation, folks, of high temperatures between Saturday and Sunday. It looks like the cold air will usher in here Saturday night into early Sunday morning, maybe a stray snowflake or two. I'm not expecting much of anything, to be honest. But a 20-degree differential in high temperatures. Sunday, we're only going to reach between the low to mid 40s. Northwest winds will keep wind chills down into the 30s throughout much of the day. As we progress into the early days of next week, a warm-up Monday into Tuesday with highs between the upper 40s and lower 50s. That'll wrap up your Thursday morning Whether or Not forecast, brought to you by Ohio Valley Insurance. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a fantastic next